Bonjour tout le monde. Hello everybody. Thank you to all my friends out there, both new and old, for joining me in today's live stream. Of course, today I'm going to be teaching you guys some French, some parlez-vous, oui, and all of that jazz. So thank you again. I'll be starting this in a second. Sorry for the delay. StreamYard decided to be a little bit of a pain with me and not wanted to connect. But after this commercial break, I'll be in it to win it with you guys. All right, so see you guys in 20 seconds. Hello, and I'm back. Thank you again, guys, for your patience and for being here. Hello, Quebec. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Salamat. Thank you, Gary, for being here. Thank you, Pinono. Thank you very much. Jen, thank you very much for being here and spending a couple of minutes. Welcome, OG Patrice. I know you're an old school OG with me here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Han Mek, as well for being here. Thank you, Jan Paras. Thank you, Tim Boryat. Sorry. And let's see who knows best. Thank you for being here as well. Thank you, Shanna. Thank you, Alex Street Smart as well for being here. Who else? And of course, Diane. Thank you guys for being here. Whether it's just a moment to give me a like or to follow my French lesson, either way, I appreciate it a whole lot. So, of course, without too much further delay, we're going to go into a quick little French lesson. As you guys know, my lives tend not to be, very long. I don't want them to be a bore to you guys, but I hope you guys learned something and that you enjoy it. So we're going to start, of course. At this point, hopefully you guys already know this word. Hopefully. But I'm going to start with the basic one that at this point, like I said, you guys should know this. You guys should have probably heard me say it just a few moments ago, which is, of course, what we see here, which is bonjour or bonsoir. So, of course, bonjour is what you would say during the day, and bonsoir is what you would say during the night to greet somebody. So, basically, before 6 p.m., you would say bonjour or hello, and bonsoir is what you would say after 6 p.m. to greet somebody. So I hope all of you are doing very well, and I hope you guys had a great Easter and Easter weekend. And if you don't celebrate Easter, I hope it was a great long weekend. Hello, intellectual soapbox. How you doing? Buddy? I hope everything is well for you. I hope your Easter weekend was great, and bonjour to you, sir. And I hope all is well with you and your family. I hope you guys had this time to have a great big celebration together, whether you celebrate Easter or just take that time to, relax, spend time with each other, or whatever your hobby is, or, just time for yourself or meditate. I hope you at least enjoyed whatever it is that you did. And do tell me, what it is that you did, your big master plans for this weekend was. So, obviously, I'm going to repeat this one little part here, which is, of course, bonjour and bonsoir, which is, of course, what we would do to greet each other. So, I'm just going to take a minute here, guys. I'm just going to put the music up. I just have to finish one last little thing I forgot to prepare. So, just give me a moment, guys, and I'll be right back with you. All right, thank you for your patience, guys. I'm back here with you. So yeah, so we're gonna continue on. Now I'm gonna summarize a couple of the quick lessons that I did previously with you guys, but I'm not going to go in depth in them, just because if you guys really want the previous French lessons, they're there in my playlist. So I do have that for you guys if ever you really want to go, excuse me, through a much more diverse French lesson. But I do want to cover a couple of things that I said before. So obviously, like I said, that's bonjour, bonsoir. So another thing that I had gone through before as well was I love fruits and vegetables, right? Because obviously you do want to have conversations, you do want to talk to people, you do actually want to say full sentences and not just say, hi, how are you, right? So, how to say, I like fruits and vegetables, or I love fruits and vegetables, you would say this: J'aime les fruits et légumes. I love fruits and vegetables. So, j'aime is I love, les fruits, fruits, et the ET word, okay, and légumes, vegetables. J'aime les fruits et légumes. I love fruits and vegetables. Yes, and definitely hit the likes button. Thank you, Intellectual Soapbox, for that. Thank you very much. And I'm just going to try to find one little. Alright, so I'm just going to. I want to find the original text of something to share with you guys. Go. Okay. There we go. I was able to find what I wanted because I wanted to go into something a little bit more in depth. Okay, good, good. I found what I needed. All right. So let's see. Okay. All right. So, j'aime les fruits et légumes. I love fruits and vegetables. Vegetables, I should say. So, one in the previous lesson, I had taught you guys the first three sentences of the Phantom of the Opera, which is written by Gaston Leroux. He also wrote quite a few other works, like The Yellow Room, which I have the audio book in English on my channel as well. So if you're like into audiobooks. I do have a few. The audiobooks are from Librairie Vox. I don't own the rights myself, but because they're books from the public domain and the people that do the audiobooks consent to the content that they create being used in various channels and different social medias, etc., we are free to use it as well. So if you guys want free good quality audiobooks, check out LibriVox, okay? And this is not a promo. I don't work for them. I don't get paid from them. I just think it's a great service. And I think it's definitely something to take advantage of, whether you're like myself, just using it to, hey, let's get some content here, or you just want to listen to the work. Because it's all public domain, it also tends to be older work, so you're not going to get anything much past the 1920s. Okay, sorry, I just had to take a sip of some some soda. So, one of the works that I found that's in public domain is, of course, the original text to The Phantom of the Opera. And I had read the first three sentences, but I do want to read more of the book because it's a really good book, and I think it's definitely it's interesting. Gaston Leroux, as well as Edgar Allan Poe, were one of the first authors to really write what would be considered as detective novels these days. So they're really considered the forefathers um, of the genre of that kind of literature beforehand that you really didn't find that kind of detective novels where you were following a police officer or an FBI agent, somebody in that form around as they were solving crimes or mysteries in general and so forth. Um, so they were these two were one of the two first authors to really get into that kind of um, literature. And The Phantom of the Opera, even though to some degree could be considered as a horror, was pretty much, the forefather, the backbones to detective novels. Even though by today's standards, it really wouldn't be considered as a true, true crime or crime drama, that kind of novel. It really is one of the first that really got into it. And of course, with change of culture, change of language, and and of course now crime fighting is very different nowadays than it was, excuse me, back in the 1800s. So of course, the literature has changed in consequence. So I'm going to reread the three sentences that I presented, but I won't teach you in French because I've already did this several times, and I don't want to necessarily be repeating the same things over and over again every week. But I'll at least say once or twice so you guys can hear it. Okay. So this is the first sentences of The Phantom of the Opera from Gaston Leroux, and this is from the public domain. And just for you guys to know as well, if you are content creators and you do want to read books, that's absolutely fine. But just make sure that you follow copyright laws in your country because even reading books out loud can get you a copyright strike if you do not have permission or if you're not reading like I am from a book that's in the public domain or has a copyright that allows you to do that. Okay, so be very careful when you do this, guys. If you want more tips, I'll definitely give you guys some advice on that, but be careful, okay? So, let's get into it. Le fantôme de l'opéra a existé. Ce ne fut point comme on l'a cru longtemps, une inspiration d'artiste, une superstition de directeur, la création falote des cervelles excitées de ces demoiselles du corps de ballet, de leurs mères, des ouvreuses, des employés du vestiaire et de la concierge. Oui, il a existé, en chair et en os, bien qu'il se donnât toutes les apparences d'un vrai fantôme, c'est-à-dire d'un ombre. So obviously, I won't go into repeating what all of that is and how to properly pronounce it. I have used the three sentences way before, so you guys can definitely excuse me review my previous videos on those three sentences. Hello, hello, Black Money Corp. Bonsoir to you. Have a great day. I hope everything was wonderful for you. And bonsoir, I should say, sorry, to you. And I hope you had a great long weekend. So, I'm obviously giving tonight my French lessons. I'm just going to take a little 3 seconds. My throat is a little bit dry. Give me a second, guys. All right, thank you. Thank you. All right. So, like I said, those three sentences, I'm not going to go into repeating them and all that. I just want to basically give you guys a repetition of the first three sentences. And I did find the original text of Gaston Leroux, who wrote the Phantom of the Opera, and I'm going to continue reading a little bit of those sentences, and that's what I'm going to be presenting to you guys tonight. So if you guys do want to read books out loud, definitely look at the Project Gutenberg. Okay, I'll be putting the link in a moment in the chat. So that way, if you guys want great content to read out loud, that is a great resource to use because, like I said before, guys, you do have to be careful of copyright laws, okay? Copyright is there to protect not just the artists themselves, but even for us as well as content creators. You wouldn't want people to use your videos in any way, shape, or form, or they make millions and millions of dollars off of your video, your content, while you're here struggling to pay bills, right? The copyright laws are there to protect you just as much as they're there to protect big corporation or artists or what have you, right? So like I said, if you really want to read content, read books out loud, excuse me, not a problem. Just make sure you follow copyright laws, okay, guys? So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen in a second, and that way you guys can follow along with me as I read. Just give me a second. I want to make sure I'm getting into the right spot for my reading with you guys. So let's share that screen here. So this is the Project Gutenberg for obviously, like I said, the Phantom in of the Opera in the original French. Um, and I'm going to share the link to this particular book right now. So there you guys are is the link to this directly to this book. But you can go to use this book for Gutenberg.org to get to other works that are free and public domain. So what we I read was literally this first two, three sentences. Well, actually, I should say these three sentences here. That's literally what I wrote. And as you can see by the little bar here, the book is a very large book. This is not a small little teeny tiny book. All right. But we'll read some of this second paragraph, but not the whole thing. I also don't want to bore you guys to death. And hopefully you guys do click on, excuse me, you do click on the link and, either, and they do have Project Gutenberg does have books in English. I think they have a little bit in French, a little bit in Spanish, etc., etc. You guys are more than welcome to contribute. If you are an author yourself and you want your material to be in the public domain, you're more than welcome to contribute your stuff. Or if you're in a country that you see your language, your content is being underserved, and you do know that there are books or works that are in the public domain from your country, feel free to contribute that as well. Okay. Do contact them for the rules and regulation as to what is considered, public domain and how you can contribute and so forth. But definitely, this is a good project, a good resource for anybody and everybody, especially for those of you that are bibliophiles like myself who love reading books or at least enjoy it enough to be out here reading in a foreign language, hopefully using it to teach you guys as well. So if you guys love reading or like, different books from different countries or olden times, Project Gutenberg is a definite great resource. So I'm gonna read not all of this, obviously, But that's the paragraph that I'm going to be working on with you guys today. So I'll probably read maybe half of it, kind of thing, get to around here, give or take. Okay. So I will make it a little bit bigger because I do find this a bit small, even though it's at 100%. There we are. That way it's a little bit more easier for everybody to read and follow along as well. So let's start. So, j'avais été frappé. It struck me. Okay, so j'avais, j'avais été frappé, frappé. J'avais été frappé dès là-bas, dès là-bas, que je commençais, que je commençais de compulser, de compulser les archives, les archives de l'académie, de l'académie nationale. So I'm going to repeat that first little part. As you can see, French tends to be very long-winded. This is literally the first. All of this is the first sentence of this. Okay, that's how long. Okay, French tends. That's why some people. How can you just talk and talk and talk? Because I learned French, and we French speakers, when you can speak French, you can be very long-winded. It's one of those languages that you learn to speak. While as English you tend to be very condensed and to the point and very succinct. Both those have advantages and disadvantages, obviously. So I'm going to repeat this little first part here because I know that's a lot here that was said. Hello, Trent. Thank you for being here. Hello, Shane. How are you? Have a great night, I hope. I hope that you guys are learning something, even if you know only English, Trent. It's okay. Let's start with bonjour, hello. Let's start with that, and then we'll work from there. I did do an episode on Saturday where I was learning how to learn, learning how to learn, really, learning how to speak Spanish. And believe me, I'm not any better at speaking multiple languages. So don't worry. Start with what you can and work from there. Okay? So it's like, look, if all you can do is leave tonight with bonjour, then you're doing a lot better than some people, or even me. There's languages like, look, I'm not even gonna bother trying to learn these languages. It's not gonna go into my head at all. So bonjour, hi. Okay, start with that, Trent, and work from there. Okay, we're gonna get through all of this together. Okay, and definitely, guys, if you need, if you have questions, even if it's not related to this, it's absolutely fine. And do connect with each other, guys. Don't be afraid to. Do I have somebody who's a moderator in my? No, I technically don't have anybody who's a moderator, but yeah, you got it right, Trent. You got at least bonjour. That's a good start. That's one word. Now, how many words are there to learn in French? It's okay. Got one down. Got one down, and 99 more to go, as they say, right? So we're gonna repeat this sentence together here, guys, and I'll re-put it in here, but I'm gonna put in the link for the original text that I'm reading here now and that you're seeing on the screen. So you guys are more than welcome to follow along in the original text, or just simply, listen to me saying it, or if you want, it's from Project Gutenberg that has free, and I do mean free uh, ebooks that you can have forever as long as the website exists. And some of those works are in French, yes. Some of it is in Spanish, yes, but most of it is in English. And it is free because it's copyright free works. and that volunteers are taking the time to transcribe or somehow get from the physical books to the digital books, right, or the digital versions, however you want to call it. So definitely a great resource. So even if you're not, you know, reading it in French, it's a definite resource if you are a bibliophile or a lover of books, if you want to say. It's definitely a great resource to have for free books, you know, and it's like books that we tend to know the name. We all have heard of Phantom of the Opera, right? This just happens to be the, you know, the original French version of it, but I believe that there is the English translation of it as well on the Gutenberg project as well. So, you know, it's a definite way to read some of those classics, especially if you're on a budget. And let's be honest here, C19 has not helped a lot of our pocketbooks. So if you can get something for free, definitely enjoy it, guys. So I'm going to. No problem, Trent. Thank you for stopping by. I'm always glad for any amount of time people can give me. So here, oop, put that. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I want to do this. YouTube sometimes does not want to cooperate with me. Come on. That, that, there we are. Okay, okay. Thank you, YouTube, for cooperating with me. There we are. So that again is a link that will bring you directly to this book. But again, if you guys want to use it to go to the other books that are offered by the Gutenberg Project, feel free. I'm certainly not here forcing you guys to read everything in French when you don't know all of it, right? So if you know French, great, fantastic. You'll be able to read this along with me. If you don't know French, well, this is a great way for you to learn. But if you want to, you know, just read other books, fine by me as well. So I'm going to reread the highlighted part in blue. So just give me a second. I'm going to take another sip. All right, so let's get back into it. So j'avais été, j'avais été, I was frappé dès la barre. J'avais été frappé dès la barre. I was striking almost right away. Que je commençais, that I was beginning, j'avais été frappé dès la barre. Que je commençais, I was stricken almost right away, that I was beginning, de compulser, to gather, de compulser, de compulser, les archives, the archives, de l'académie, the academy, de l'académie nationale de musique, the National Academy of Music, par coïncidence, by coincidence, par coïncidence, surprenante, surprenante, des phénomènes attribués au fantôme, au fantôme. Okay, so basically, here the author is talking about, and I do try to translate as I'm saying it, but obviously not always. That he's basically that the character that he's writing here is basically he's talking in the first person, and that he feels like, oh, this became, instead of it being just him talking about the fun times that he had at the opera, and here it's really set in the opera of Paris. Okay, um, that it was really, it felt like he was following along. He was becoming the private journalist of the Phantom rather than chronicling his adventures at the opera and all the different plays that he was watch it and all that. Okay. Et de plus mystérieux, and even more mysterious, et de plus du plus fantastique des drames, the most fantastical, the most whimsical of this all, of the whole thing. Et je devais, et je devais bientôt, and I was soon to become, être conduit, to be driven to, à cette idée, à cette idée que l'on pourrait, que l'on pourrait peut-être, que l'on pourrait peut-être rationnellement expliquer celui-ci par celui-là. Okay, so in this sentence, the author is saying that uh, all this mystery, all this fantastic goings on, that we could somehow, it could be explained, because obviously here, um, you know, this is really just the beginning of the Phantom of the Opera. So the author is just saying that basically, look, um, there's just these stories about the Phantom of the Opera. Of course, it's not real, but we're being told, no, no, he really is real. It's not just the artist being artists, and we tend to think of artists as very whimsical and believe in superstitious things and are very believe in luck and bad luck and all that, and you have to be careful. Not saying you don't say the play Hamlet, you have to say the play. So that there's a lot of there's certain things that rituals and certain things that you do or don't do or say or don't say. So they're kind of all trying to rationalize that no, the phantom is a real thing here. It's not just our temperament as artists that are going to do. No worries, Paralife. No worries, Shane. Thank you very much for being here and spending a few minutes with me. Thank you very much. So that's the whole sentence here. And let me see where this sentence starts. Okay, well, this would be the whole sentence. Well, I'll go in part of it. So I'm just going to take a second here to get some water. All right, so I'll go from here to here because obviously there's a lot, and I don't want to not to here. I don't want this to be 3 hours of me just teaching you guys the first two paragraphs of this very long book. So les événements ne datent guère. Not the events weren't too long ago, or hardly. Les événements ne datent guère que d'une trentaine. So the events were hardly 30 years old, qu'une trentaine d'années. Les événements ne datent guère que d'une trentaine d'années, et ne serait point difficile de trouver encore aujourd'hui au foyer même de la danse des vieillards fort respectables. Okay, so I'll repeat this whole part. So basically, in this sentence, he's talking about look, these are events that just recently happened. They're not even 30 years old. You're going to find people that are still aware of this and still talking about this and that are still alive. and can tell you, yes, I witnessed this firsthand experience. I was there. I was, one of the ballerinas. I was one of the actors. I was there cleaning up, whatever the case might be, right? So he kind of says that, look, I have witnesses. I have people that can testify. This is really, real life here. It's not, again, not, these, finicky artists that are just making up things that are, fever brained people that are just doing this for attention, right? It's like, this is real life. This is everyday life that they're living here. Okay, so let's reread this first part, and after this, we'll head on out because it is already 9:15 almost, at least here in my time. Hello, hello, Paula Allen. Thank you. I'm very well. I hope you're doing well as well, and I hope you had a great Easter weekend. Uh, if it is an Easter weekend for you, I hope it was a great weekend, one way or another. So as you can see, I'm teaching you guys a little bit of French through reading Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. So if we're gonna, I'm doing good, I'm doing good. So if we're gonna learn French, we might as well learn French. So let's repeat the sentence together here. Les événements, the two first words, les événements, the events, ne datent guère, hardly are hardly, okay, the events are hardly, les événements ne datent guère que d'une. So the first word on the second sentence here, que d'une trentaine. So the events are hardly a 30 year, hardly 30 years old. Ne datent guère qu'une trentaine d'années. Et point, il ne sera point. It's not going to be difficult. Point difficile de trouver. It would hardly be difficult to find today. Il ne serait point difficile de trouver encore aujourd'hui, de trouver encore aujourd'hui, au foyer même de la danse, in the house of dance, des vieillards fort respectables, older men of honor. Okay, so I'm not going to continue on, but basically they're trying to say in this sentence that you're going to still find people today that can testify, individuals of respectable heritage and honor that can say, yes, we were there for the Phantom of the Opera. We saw him. He's a real guy. It's not, artists playing shenanigans on everybody else. Hello, hello, Diane. Thank you for being here and supporting me. I will be ending soon, mind you, but thank you for being here and spending a few minutes with me. Just giving you guys a quick little lesson. Yes, thank you for being even in the background. I definitely accept it. I'm absolutely fine with that. But I will be ending it in a minute or so. Just want to give you guys a little bit of French lesson, just for you to know, Diane. Just for you, if you want to. The book that I'm reading now is The Phantom of the Opera. Okay. I did put the link in the chat. I'll put it again. So this is the link. So this link will bring you to this book itself. Okay. It is obviously in French. Okay. It is the original Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux in French, but excuse me, but you can find other versions of it that are in English, or you can find other books as well that are absolutely 100% free. So if you like reading books or you want a book to read, but you want to save yourself a little bit of money, maybe you're on a budget like me, etc., it's from Project Gutenberg. It's a definite great resource. Or if you want to look at reading books online for yourself, and that you want, maybe you want to do that content for yourself as well, have that as an idea of, hey, come listen to me reading books. This is a great way to do it because all these books that they have are in the public domain, meaning you don't have to worry about copyright. Hello, hello, U4Ma TV. How are you? Thank you for being here. This is a quick live. I'm nearly done, but I'm glad that you're here even for a couple of minutes. This is my teaching you guys French. And as you see on the screen, what you have is the original Phantom of the Opera written by Gaston Leroux. So I'm just, closing up soon. In a couple more minutes, I'll read a little bit more, just so that you and Diane, who just came in as well, get to at least have a little bit of lesson in French. And thank you guys for supporting me, whether you're listening to me in the background, whether you're practicing your French along with me, or anything. Anything helps. A like, a share, a comment, all that is good, guys. I'm not here to tell you guys you have to do this or else. Any support is good support as far as I'm concerned. All right, so I will re-put. So this is the link for this. So you for Mod TV, if you want to get the text that you're seeing on screen now, you can just click that link. It's from Project Gutenberg. It's a free online resource open to anyone and everyone. Okay, you can get free, yes, free books online. Okay, I'm not a sponsor. I'm not being promoted by them. I'm not promoting them. So you don't want to go to their the website. You don't have to. I'm not no skin off my nose, as they say. Okay, I just enjoy reading books, and when you can tell me, hey, here's a free book, I'm there. Okay, I am there. Right. So this one is will bring you directly to this book, but you can use that same link to bring you to the main website itself as well. And you can get either Phantom of the Opera in English, or if you speak another language, go ahead and have it in the other language or books in those other languages. Um, but I think they accept volunteers as well. So if you have, content that you could potentially provide them, definitely contact them and they'll let you know what to do, where to go, and all that. Okay? So it's definitely a great resource to have, whether you're like myself, learning another language, or you just really like reading books and free sounds good. Definitely hit up Project Gutenberg. That's definitely a good resource to have. And you'll find a lot of classics that are there in English mostly, but in other languages as well. If you do speak Spanish or French or whatever, definitely a good resource to have, guys, in your back pocket. So we'll do a little bit more, a couple more words, and then after that, we're gonna call it a night because it is 9:30 or nearly 9:30 where I live, and I do have to get to work unfortunately tomorrow. Ah, alas, the bills have to get paid somehow, and unfortunately, I did not win the lottery, so off to the gulags, as they say. So we'll do a little bit more, and after that, we'll call it a night, guys. So I already did the part that's highlighted in blue and everything before, so we'll continue on the next little bit here. Okay, a little bit more, guys. Dont on ne serait. So we would not know in this case. Dont on ne serait, dont on ne saurait mettre la parole. So talking about the older gentleman that we just mentioned about, we would not be able to doubt their word. Dont on ne saurait mettre la parole en doute. En doute is in doubt. So here we're saying we would not be able to doubt their word since they're older, respectable gentlemen. Okay. So vieillard, okay, usually refers to older men. Okay. Dont on ne saurait mettre la parole en doute. Qui se souvient, who remember, right? Se souvient is people who remember. Comme la chose datait d'hier. So, qui se souvient, so those who remember, comme si la chose datait d'hier. as if it happened yesterday, right? So they're saying, like, look, even though this was 30 years ago for these older gentlemen, it was like it happened yesterday. Okay, so we can't doubt their words. This for them, it just happened a couple hours ago. It just happened yesterday. So we're not in a position to doubt. Donc on ne serait, so we would not be able, mettre la parole en doute. We would not be able to doubt their word. Qui se souvient, because they remember, comme si la chose, as if it happened, comme si la chose datait hier, as if the thing happened yesterday. Okay, so obviously, guys, hopefully we're practicing while I was saying. Now, like I said to a couple people earlier, if all you remember is one word, that's one word more than what you remember. I'm not a formal teacher, guys. I'm not. This isn't pedagogic at all. I know that there are, excuse me, people that give you much more formal French lessons than this. That break down the words and you can see it pop up. I'm really just more doing this to share with you guys, and to help sort of find my way to help you guys, right? So obviously, this is not, the quote unquote perfect way to teach you guys French, right? But I do hope that you guys are learning something. But by all means, guys, if there's suggestions, if you guys have questions at any point, let me know. You guys are more than welcome to share. There's obviously previous videos in this series. I will put this in a playlist. I don't think I did it yet, but I do have a Learning French playlist. So if you guys want to check out those previous videos, you are more than welcome to do so. So on that note, it's been already 45 minutes. It feels like it hasn't been, but it has been 45 minutes already. So I'm going to call it a night. So thank you guys, all of you, for being here and supporting me during my YouTube adventures. I'm very close to being at monetization. So if you guys can share, like, comment, subscribe, all of that. I don't have a whole lot to get to 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers, so any little bit of help definitely helps. And I got a lot of new subscribers the last couple days, and I will return the love for you guys shortly, I promise. And if I don't, you guys are more than welcome to come on YouTube and say, "She stole my thunder. Where's my love? Come on, where are you?" Okay. Sometimes I do forget. Sometimes I do get busy. So please, guys, don't be afraid to ask me or say, "Hey, I need help with this. I need help with that." Okay, guys. I don't mind. I'm not insulted. Even I sometimes I have to remind people, "Hey, you promised. You said you would do this." So, and I try not to have to get to that point where you guys have to tell me. I do try to offer or do it without being reminded or told, but sometimes I do forget. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go on that note, and definitely, guys, enjoy the what's left of your long weekend, and I hope that tomorrow is wonderful and fantastic for you, and that everything that you want in life is given to you. So have a great one, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and au revoir. Bye, guys.